Do we have sound? Do we have sound? This is the Mo Show. We have sound. We're ready to go live at 9 p.m. New Zealand Standard Time. Or New Zealand Daylight Saving Time. 9 p.m. The show will start. Get ready. Hello, hello. Yes, you have sound. Hello, Moz 42 from far north Queensland. We can start early. Let's get going. Oh, well, what you eating? Anzac biscuits. Yeah, I just snuck in I've got some English breakfast tea here in the polka dot cup, of course. And my lovely wife has been grocery shopping, and she buys these Anzac biscuits, Coupland's Anzac biscuits. I reckon they're the best Anzac biscuits going around. I certainly like them. So they come in a pack of 12, and so I get 6, and I had 3 earlier with my lunch, actually, which will feature in my video today or tomorrow. And there was 3 left. As I went out to make my cup of tea for my live, I realised they were there. Had a quick look around the kitchen and found them, and I've managed to get them all done before we start. But they're lovely, lovely biscuit. They're a they were invented during the war, I think. They've got no eggs in them, and the mums and grandmothers were able to make them and send them overseas to the soldiers in the trenches to eat the Anzac biscuit. So they're very, very, I don't know, what's the word? Patriotic, traditional, whatever. Not that anyone would know. I had to look that up myself. But they're a no egg biscuit. All right. Yes. Yeah. These are mass produced ones, but there's a couple of different mass produced ones over here. There's a there are sort of a they take they soften very well. They dunk well. They're good dunkers. Whereas there's one, the Chinese one, which is sort of really hard, like a ginger nut, and I don't like that quite so much. And then there's these ones. These are probably the cheaper ones, I suppose. You can buy them in a pack of 50 for quite cheap. But I certainly like. They're my preferred Anzac biscuit. They may be just a local one. Coupland's they're called. So very nice, very nice. What's happening with you? Is the weather, which seems to be our persistent topic of conversation. Been a cracking day here today, but my plans were no, I did not know that. The copyright to it. Oh, come on. Okay. Oh, that would be an interesting. All right. I didn't know that. No, I didn't think there would be a copyright to a recipe. Yeah. Oh, that's a bit weird. Um, are they quite? They're not that. Yeah, they're not that. I wouldn't say they're big here. I don't know. I don't know how. They're not promoted to any great extent, but um, yeah, interesting. Are they? How big would you say they are in Australia? All right. Yeah, no, I'll give it a Google later on. um, okay. Oh, well, maybe. Yeah, we could maybe have a look. I've got a Google scene here. Let's just go to Google and let's see what we can find. Anzac biscuit copyright. The use of the word Anzac on the commercial production and sale of Anzac biscuits is usually approved. However, the biscuits must not substantially deviate from the generally accepted recipe and shape and must be referred to as Anzac biscuits or Anzac slice, not Anzac cookies. All right, Anzac biscuit. Are Anzac biscuits protected? Similarly, the use of the term Anzac. The Anzac biscuit is protected by regulations regulating any commercial usage of the product so that it remains true to its traditional values. Anzac biscuit. Okay. 30 centimeters. Okay. They're not that big here. They'd only be millimeters in diameter. 30 centimeters diameter. Holy hell. That's a frying pan phone. Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, that's fair, I think. Yeah. I'm just going to see what Wikipedia says. Popular in Australia and New Zealand. Made using only rolled oats, flour, sugar, butter, golden syrup, and optionally desiccated coconut. Anzac biscuits have long been associated with Australian and New Zealand Army Corps established in World War One. It has been claimed that these were sent by the way of soldiers aboard. They do not spoil easy and okay. Should not be confused with hardtack, which was nicknamed Anzac wafers in Australia and New Zealand. Anzac biscuits are an explicit exemption to an Australian ban on commercial goods that use the term Anzac. Okay. Right. So long as they are sold as biscuits and not cookies. Okay. All right. 1916. Anzac ginger biscuits. No. The first recipe for something called Anzac biscuits appears in the War Chest Cookery Book. But this recipe was also for a different biscuit from what's known as the modern Anzac. The same publication also included two recipes for biscuits resembling under the names rolled oat biscuits and just biscuits. Adelaide, 1919, early 1920. Another early recipe to 1921, an Australian newspaper called the Argyle. these early recipes did not contain designated coconut. Which is present in many of the modern ones. 1924 for the desiccated coconut. In New Zealand, a recipe for Anzac Crispies in the 8th edition. God, in the 8th edition of the St Andrew's Cookery Book, read similar to the ingredients of the manner. Oh dear. Oh, who would think? Who would think that there's so much palaver around a biscuit manufactured commercially for sale? Because of their historical collection, these biscuits are still used as a fundraising item for the. Oh yes, we use them over here on Poppy Day. Yeah, with World. Oh right. Yeah, supermarkets. The official RSL biscuit is produced by Unibic under license. A British, though still Australian produced version of the Anzac biscuit supporting the Royal British Legion is available in several major supermarket chains in the UK. Okay. All right. So here's where um, the term Anzac. So it's more that the name Anzac that is protected under Australian law and cannot be used in Australia without permission from the Minister for Veterans Affairs. Likewise, similar restrictions on naming are enshrined in New Zealand law, where the Governor-General can elect to enforce naming legislation. All right. Referred to and sold as Anzac biscuits and never as cookies. Get an Anzac in you. Don't say get an Anzac in you. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I had a guy I worked with that used to sort of you buddy, you sort of. I can't remember how he used it, but he says, you're a great Anzac or something like that. But it wasn't to do with the biscuit; it was to do with the thing. In which its commemorative value, okay, as well as the name of the product. It is legally acceptable to substitute ingredients in a recipe to cater to dietary dietary requirements. There is a commercial disallowance for any substantial modification of the recipe, such that they deviate too far from the traditional Anzac biscuit. Variations of recipes posted on social media or written in cookbooks that merely include Anzac biscuits are excluded. As a result of the Subway chain of restaurants dropped the biscuit from their menu. All right, after being ordered by the department to bake the biscuits according to the original recipe. Subway decided not to continue to offer the biscuit as they found that their supplier was unable to develop a cost-effective means of duplicating the recipe. All right. No Anzac biscuits at Subway. Good Lord. Okay. Well. Yeah. Interesting. So yes, I was dunking some Anzac biscuits. Oh dear. All right. So here's my, what have I got? My Twitter scene. I haven't got it up here. So yeah, this is about the only thing I found on Twitter in the last couple of days. Is just a little video. Me trying to get through the week. It starts here. Sort of a bit of misadventure on a water slide by lady on a boogie board by the look of it. But, yes, bit of a comedy of errors there. Get an Anzac, yeah. You fine little Anzac or something, he used to say, my friend. So I've been out today. I was at Smoko yesterday or the day before, and George came in with a pie, and I said, "Oh, where did you get that? Where's that pie from, George?" And he said, "Oh, it's from the Grumpy Baker." So I sorted out the Grumpy Baker today and tried to, saw who he was. Not very well, I might add. Got a general idea. He's in the main street of Hamilton, up sort of at the north end. Well, I call it the north end. It's the end that's closest to me, and I'm north of Hamilton. It's probably east or west or something. But anyway, I'm only a surveyor, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. And so I set off to find the Grumpy Baker, but so I parked where I thought he was, but he wasn't there. So I was about a block out, a city block out. So I got back in the car and headed, and then I couldn't really find a park close enough because I'm a bit limited in my walking range at the moment. I've got a bit of a stomach problem. Well, I think it is anyway. It sort of limits how far I can go. So I went around the block about 3 or 4 times, and then finally found a little park. My reverse parking skills are almost non-existent, so I managed to ease my way. I don't know. I think he makes pies. So I just, I don't think he makes Anzacs. But yeah, segueing out of the Anzac biscuit area, it's way too comprehensive for me. The Anzac biscuit, yeah. No, I don't think he does. Well, yeah. So, off to the Grumpy Baker, and finally got parked, and then got in there, and got myself a mince pie, just the classic mince pie, and a fresh cream donut. And it was pretty good. So that's my video for today. I'll put that up, and then I'll do a Smoko. I'll use it in the Smoko Olympics, which do feature the Anzac biscuit. Actually, I managed to work my first 3 Anzac biscuits into my video that I've got planned for the next day. So, in a way, yes, there is an Anzac biscuit. I think the Grumpy Bakers might be a POM. So, but been in New Zealand for quite a while. He's got his digital storefront's quite impressive, but his the actual store itself was a little smaller than I had sort of anticipated. But yeah, anyway, lovely. Went in there. He was, Mrs. Grumpy Baker was very nice, very pleasant, and what have you. So yeah, I saw Grumpy out the back, but no, he didn't. He had a bit of a smile on his face. But it was just after 1 on a Saturday, and they close at 2, so he's probably looking forward to his weekend or something like that. Yeah, so I bought the pie and the donut home, and it was a pretty reasonable experience. So the old mince pie. So it was so nice. I had it without tomato sauce. I just had it, just the traditional pie. Had the classic sort of mince taste, I felt, with the pastry and things like that. I really enjoyed it. and the donut was pretty good. I don't know. We have I don't know if you have them in Aussie, but we call them a donut, but they're not. They don't have a hole in them. They're just like a round ball, like a donut, a nut made out of dough, and then they just put a slice in the side and put a bit of cream and a bit of raspberry jam on top, and we call them a donut, but I guess they don't have a hole in them, so I guess they still fall into the category of donut there, but obviously, clearly, you couldn't call them an Anzac biscuit because they don't fit the traditional style there. But anyway, so that was that all done. Now, have you got a premiere coming up tomorrow night? Are you doing your snippets? Yes. Okay. Yeah, we have we have two. We have a long, thin donut, and then we have like a ball donut that's like a ball. Well, it's sort of similar to a cream puff, really. Yeah, the old cream puff. You don't see too many of them around anymore. The cream puff, but we have so like a ballish one, and then a long, thin one. Yeah, I think you have bakeries in like my son was saying, the concept of the bakery is not you don't see that in America at all. You know, the idea of, or what we call a bakery, where they've got all the traditional custard squares and donuts and cakes and biscuits and pies and sausage rolls and all that sort of thing. I don't know. I haven't been in Australia enough or recently to know. Although I did notice one. I just noticed as I was driving around today, a place called the Aussie Takeaway. I don't know. I'll have to have a look at that one. Aussie Takeaway here in Hamilton. So Aussie Takeaway, Penola, South Australia. Oh no, we want one in New Zealand. Oh no. Oh, what we got there? Texas chicken? No. What am I looking up here? I can't see it. Aussie Takeaway, the best 10 Australian food delivery. Oh no. Okay. All right. Can't find it. So I thought I saw it on the old internet there, but no vid this week. Didn't get anything together. Too much other stuff getting in the way. I'm not stressing about it. Okay. Oh. Well, yeah. Anything exciting getting in the way, or is it just family stuff and things like that? Other important stuff, but not video, not social media. Okay. All right. No, I can't find it. Australian delivery. I don't know what the hell that's all about. Okay. I'll have to follow that up on another day. Life. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I had big plans for today, and I set my alarm. Well, I thought I set my alarm, but I wanted to catch up with my mate RJ, who's now teaching in Auckland. So we used to teach together at Wintec. So We're now teaching in Auckland. He's teaching in Auckland. So I gave him a call yesterday, but he didn't answer. But he rang me this morning about 11:05, and that was my alarm, or just after 11, close to 11. I'm saying probably closer to 12. So I woke up and had a bit of a chat there, a bit, just about general stuff, and then that's when I decided to go to the Grumpy Baker, and then I thought, well, after I come back from the Grumpy Baker, I'll have my pie. And why did the chicken cross the road? Okay. This is leading somewhere. To get to the other side. Okay, it's the classic answer to that. But you on my TikTok live last night, I tried to record a one-liner, which I did. My short that I had last night was recorded live on TikTok. To buy a dozen eggs, because she heard the farmer say that the next chook that doesn't supply breakfast will be dinner. Yes. I have heard that one, yes. So I put into Chat GPT, some one-liners, and a couple of them were along this line. So, why did the chicken cross the playground was one of them. Why did the chicken cross the playground? Okay, I'll let that sink in. Why did the chicken cross the playground? Yes. Are eggs in short supply over your way? Well, obviously not, because you've got chickens. But yeah. Actually, my lovely wife's heading over to Australia in the morning. She's getting up at 4 and heading up to Auckland, and then she's flying. Oh, I don't know. She might be flying direct to Tasmania. I'm not sure. I think she is. Maybe flying direct to Tasmania, to Launceston, I think. And then she'll get from there down to, is it Deloraine or somewhere? I think. I'm not sure. Deloraine. She's going to catch up with her dad. He lives across the road from her sister in the old folks' home. So yeah, that's right. Her sister and her husband, they spend quite a lot of time looking after Dad. So she's going to give them a little bit of a break for a few days, and they're going away somewhere. So yeah, heading off to dinner. So why did the you get a dozen within an hour? You get a dozen within an hour. Yeah. We've got 2. I think they're a bit intermittent, but they keep us. Yeah, that's a dozen eggs a week or something. I think we're thinking of getting the playground. Why? To get to the other slide. It was a bit. I didn't say it was good. To get to the other slide. Bit droll, but yeah, there we go. So yes, I woke up at conversation, and and then drove into the Grumpy Baker for me pie and donuts, and recorded all the ins and outs of that. Had my hat on backwards, so I didn't get any branding on that one. And then I thought, I'll settle in for the rest of the afternoon. Yes, very much. Settle in for the afternoon, and yes, I didn't. I just couldn't. I had a bit of a snooze, and then I woke up, and then I did a bit of this and that, so I didn't get any work done. Just a restful day, just doing bugger all, really. Checking out a few things. I'm wondering whether I should upgrade my phone while I'm still working. I've got a Samsung S10, and I'm wondering whether I should go to the S23, which seems quite a jump, but we'll have to see what goes on with that. I'm not that sure about that whole scenario. So yes, so nothing much got done, and I've just hopefully I'll get things done pretty quickly. I've got everything set up. I've just got to do the editing and production and stuff like that. Okay. The S21. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering whether I've just bought myself a little S6 tablet, which I use for. Well, I was hoping. I'm always, when I'm with the students, I'm always saying, have you got a bit of paper, and do diagrams and things like that? And I thought I might try and do them on the tablet. So I got the S6 tablet, which comes with a little S Pen. And I'm sort of working away with that. And then I've got my S10. But, I've had it for well over a couple of years now, I think. And it's starting to show some signs of wear, because I putting the the USB connection into it at least 2 or 3 times a day to download photos and stuff like that, and it sort of wears out a bit. So I thought I might be due for a new one soon. How is the Well, I think the S23 is the latest one. So the S21's probably a year or 2 old or something like that. I'm quite happy with my S10 actually, to be honest. But and the S6 does pretty much the same as well. Although I've noticed, increasingly I just use my phone as a camera. So I'm wondering, I'm just sort of upgrading my camera really. I've quite enjoyed it. The S10's done me well. It's been really good. We've been really pleased with that. So I just started looking at it now. We'll see when that comes to fruition. Yeah. Have you had the 21 long or? Oh, okay. All right. S7. Yeah, I looked at all the tabs, and I didn't want to. I just really just didn't want to spend a lot of money. But I found the S6 came with the pen, the pen came with it, and it seemed to. I don't know. Yeah, I don't do the 360 camera. That's a GoPro type camera, action camera, is it? The 360 degree. Does it? Okay. Yeah. So I think the S23, they seem to be hammering it in the advertising. So they bring out a new one each year. So it's probably just the S21 with a little bit added onto it, because it seems to be. I don't think there was any, once it got to the S10, I don't think there was anything beyond that. Nothing in the teens or anything. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Where's that? Is that the 360 one? Where's that mounted? Is that on the sort of up high on the bike, or looking back or forward, or does it look all round or something? 360. Yeah. Yeah, I remember you getting that. You've had that for quite a while now. Yeah, you're getting pretty good with your camera angles and stuff like that on the bike. Well, it takes a little while, to get something worked out and things like that. There's a couple of bikes in my video today. Every time I see someone on a bike, it makes me think of you. Yeah, I had a couple. It was quite a good day, so there's a few guys out on bikes today. But yeah. Alrighty, I'm going to wind it up. I've done my half hour. Thanks very much, Moz. That was a great. We've gone from Anzac biscuits to GoPro 360 in half an hour. So pretty good going. Thanks very much for joining us. And I'll be back on YouTube on Monday evening. Okay. It's mounted in front. It records 180 front and back, and then stitches the files together when you download. That's why I need the S7. Okay. All right. Oh, intriguing. Oh, and then right. Oh, cool. Alrighty. I'll catch you on the next time. Bloody marvelous. Yeah, thank you. Cheers, Moz. And so there's no like you said, there's no premiere tomorrow night. So it'll come through if there's anything. All good. Cheers.